And all right, so welcome you guys. I'm going to take this off and see, and just take a few steps in place. Let your feet just be positioned how they are comfortable. I'm going to turn this camera up, sorry. And then just close your eyes if you're okay with that. If not, you're just going to keep your eyes gently open. But relax. So I just think of this breath as coming in through your nose if it's possible. Some people actually have it, what you call a deviated septum, and the air will not go in there. So just get the oxygen in and fill up the lungs. Help press the rib cage out, especially in the back and down. And then let the air or carbon dioxide come out of the mouth or nose. So just in and out. In and out. And just feel how your ribs, feel how your shoulder blades are moving against your rib cage as you do this. So right now I'm very aware that my left one feels nice and flat against the rib cage, and my right one, it must have been maybe how I slept, is not. Feel kind of rotated forward on that shoulder this morning. So we'll kind of check in with this later after we do some exercises. Nice deep breath in, exhale. Notice how your feet are meeting the floor, how the floor is meeting your feet. Are the pressure points even on the floor or no? And as you breathe in and out, imagine a long line from the sky all the way down through the top of your head, through the back of your spine, down your spine, through your sacrum or your bottom of your spine, right down into the earth. And then vice versa. So that's your anchor. And as you breathe in and out, just imagine your body up taller and taller, anchored better and better from top to bottom. And nice deep breath in, exhale, and then go ahead and open your eyes just gently if they're not already. And then let yourself hinge right from the hip joints. Let your head drop. If it's not comfortable to hang over, that's your test. You don't want to force it. You just kind of notice that. And then maybe later when you test it, it'll be better. Shake your head out. Good. And then just scissor your knees. Or your legs. So you're bending one knee, then the other one, bending, straightening the other one. Good. And then have both legs straight, tighten the thighs, and then bring your torso back up into a straight position, and then go ahead and roll the shoulders forward. So big shoulder rolls. We're going to do this with some energy here, really moving from the shoulder blades. Okay, so activate the arm moving with the elbows nice and straight. Okay, one more forward and then backwards. I open the palms to the front if you're feeling like your shoulder blades aren't sitting against your back evenly, kind of like how I'm feeling this morning. So just make those shoulder blades be the driver of this exercise, scrubbing your rib cage. Okay, one more back. Good, turn the thumbs forward again, roll forward. Big circles. Keeping the arms straight because I don't want you to use your neck so much. Eyes are kind of straight on the horizon. Okay, one more forward and now backwards again. Big circles. Wow, lots of crunching here. Okay, one more back. make it an extra good scrub, take your right hand, put it up on the top of your shoulder joint. I'm gonna kneel down here. You don't have to. I just want you to see my hand. You're gonna grab on the inside of the elbow. Thumb is bracing the elbow outward, or the forearm, and then you're gonna rotate back as far as you are comfortable in your shoulder blade, reaching your hand down your shoulder blade. Okay, so just reaching down, nice deep breaths. If you want to give yourself some traction through that elbow as you push your hand down your shoulder blade, fine. Fine, great. I'm going to stand back up. Really pushing that hand down the shoulder blade, whatever degree you can do it. And then just do a little circle like you're stirring the pot in your shoulder joint. So I'm just circling, here I'm gonna come close again. So I'm just circling my elbow around one direction and then the other, okay? Push it back again. Okay, bring that arm down and then the other side, okay? So left hand goes on the top of the shoulder joint, brace that forearm, rotate the arm out so the hand goes down your shoulder blade. Down your shoulder blade. Nice deep breaths. You need to turn your head left to right just to feel the whatever tension's there. Interesting, I have a bunch of tension in my neck this morning. I was so sound asleep on my face. I woke up, it was like, if you imagine a teenager, for some reason that comes to my mind, who's just like passed out on their stomach because they're going like crazy and growing really fast. I was just in the worst position possible. I woke up and I thought, oh my God, I can't even move my head. And then now it's better already. Did a few things. Nice deep breaths. Just rotate that elbow around. Kind of notice how the arm is moving in the socket, then go the other direction. This is a new kind of movement. Just thought of it this morning. Push your hand back to your shoulder blade again, and then bring the arm down. Okay, cross crawling. So we're just gonna go left to right. Just get the left, right side of the brain together, right? Back and forth. And then Penny gave me a little inspiration this morning because I often see her doing spaghetti arms. So you're gonna let your feet fall. The feet are gonna be a little bit wide. Bend the knees just slightly. Let your arms relax. I'm no expert at this, it just feels good. And let your arms whip around left to right. I'm letting my head kind of be the guiding the movement. So as I turn my head and neck and spine, my arms give me a nice waking up left to right, left to right. Good, okay, come to a standstill, feet come to a hip width apart again, and then just bring your right foot off the floor into a right angle, my thigh to my lower leg, and just hold that, okay? Just notice if you can balance, try not to hold anything. So if you bring your foot up and you just can't balance or you can only balance for 10 seconds, let that be the case. The strength and the balance will come from not grabbing something, okay? Can't stress that enough. Then the other leg. And the reason for that is because as soon as you grab something on the outside, your brain and the rest of your nervous system go, okay, fine, you'll always have something there. And then when it's not there, you're in trouble. That's when people fall, okay? That's why I try to keep people away from walkers as long as possible, honestly, because the minute they don't have their walker, okay, bring your leg down. Good. Now, then they're definitely in trouble. Block between the legs. Now that doesn't mean don't give somebody their walker, that's nuts, but I'm just saying, train yourself early so that you have all those faculties, okay? Squeeze and release this block. So you position your feet around the block so that as you're pressing, your knees don't buckle in, Okay, so you might have to do a little arranging with the feet. Squeeze, release, squeeze and release. Push and release. Right, so it should be straight in. You can experiment with this. If you turn your feet out and you squeeze in, right, you're probably gonna feel it more in the bottom of your glutes. This would be where somebody I was talking to earlier kind of strained that part, catching themselves on a slippery slope. So squeeze, release, and now bring your toes towards each other and squeeze and release. Notice where you feel it. Once you do a few of those, you're going to turn your feet straight again and squeeze and release. And you'll notice that that's different. So squeeze, release. Okay, now just hold the pressure gently. Bring your arms out in front of you. If you want to interlace your hands and turn them out, fine, but only do that if your shoulder joints let your arms go straight over your head. Okay, so you're only going to go up as high as your arms will stay straight. And one of the reasons I like the hands wide is honestly, as you do this, you get a much bigger connection through the upper back with your arms wide. Okay, so it's just a different feeling. And again, one you can play with. So turn your head left to right gently. Notice whatever tension or not tension there is. Maybe more on one side than the other. Good. Now bring the arms down to the side. You're going to scrunch the ends of your knuckles, reach through those knuckles and rotate the arms forward. So we're going to do arm circles while you're holding the block. And relax the shoulders, or best way I can put it is relax your neck as you do this. So you're rotating your arms around, and that circle is about the size of a grapefruit or a little bigger than that. And the shoulder blades, that's where the work comes from, not your neck or your arms. Okay, flip the palms up, keep that grip, go back up and over. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Notice if you're holding your feet tight, your toes tight. Good, relax your arms down. And then let's see, let's take the strap. We haven't done this in a while. Take the strap, bring it up over both feet to above your knees. Okay, some of you may need to sit down to do this. And I'll do this long enough so that you have time to get it on. So the feet are straight on the outside. You're going to press straight out. This is another one where you may need to adjust the strap just right so it doesn't tweak your knees. So you're going to press out and release, press out and release. And I'm just holding this strap so it's not distracting to what you're seeing. So as you press straight out, you should feel more pressure on the outside of your feet. I actually feel this mostly through the heels, which is totally normal since the heels kind of sit down deeper on the foot, the way the foot's positioned on the floor. And if I look down, I can see my ankles move outward just a little bit. The arches rise up a little bit. So I'm just pressing out, releasing, pressing out, releasing. Make sure, kind of wiggle your toes, spread those toes out. So you're not feeling like you're holding that. And just notice where you feel that work happening, okay? I feel it on the side of my legs, up into my glutes here. Turn your feet out and try it that way. Whole different scene, feeling, not scene. So press out, release. And now try it with your toes inward. Different animal as well. Press out, release. Okay, now make your feet straight again on the outside. Press out gently. Scrunch the ends of your knuckles. Knuckles especially the first and second knuckle, go right to the temples. If you want to move against the wall, that's great. I'm going to do the pretend wall. So I'm going to rotate my knuckles on the temples so the elbows drop right in front of the chest, front to back, front to back. So my knuckles are really just there, gliding on my temples easily. If you hold, your brain's not getting this. Sometimes what happens is people don't move the knuckles on the temples, so you end up bending at the wrist. Back and forth. Remember to hit the wall behind you. So now we're connecting the shoulders to the hips. Okay, 2 more. There you go. Drop the arms, drop the strap off the legs. Get that out of the way. And then take a good step forward, like a pretty big one, okay? So now I'm gonna walk away, but I'm gonna stay here. I'm just gonna squeeze my back glute. So just squeeze the back leg glute, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Just the back one. Okay, now squeeze just the front one. A little bit difficult, huh? Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze and release. Now do both. Squeeze and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, 10. Okay, step that leg back and now the other one forward. Okay, just the back one. Squeeze and release, that's back glute. Now the front one only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Test your balance. Bring one leg up off the floor. Is that better, the same, worse? What is it? Okay, switch sides. And then notice, how is that? Okay, I'm gonna do I'm gonna go down on the floor. We're gonna do a floor block first. And then we are going to do over on the back again. And then we are going to go back on the stomach again. So floor block is 3 positions. Just realized I forgot to start my timer. And it's 1 minute each. Some of you are going to use no block whatsoever. Some will you do a whole different exercise of your choice. Maybe it's a static back or whatever. And then the second position is a Y, and the third position is a T. Okay. So here we go. First position, and I prefer, I'm going to actually turn myself so you can see this. I make sure the blocks are a little wider than shoulder width to start. Just my hands and the side of my forearm is on the block. I'm going to do that grip again, which is like karate chop grip or golfer's grip. My forehead's down on the ground. I'm going to lengthen my body, relax the heels. Okay, turn the arms out from the shoulder joints and hold it out. So it's not a movement back and forth. It's simply holding it outward. Okay, I like to put a little pressure downward off the hands and wrists or forearms. Because then I can feel that connection through my arms into my shoulder joints or shoulder blades. For some of you, if your lower back actually is bugging you a little, one thing you could do is put a little blanket or towel under your pelvis, right under where the hip joints are. under your, just to give a little lift. Really feel that rotation outward, and now come to the Y position. So you're gonna bring your arms out with blocks or just the arms on the floor. Engage your hands, rotate out, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Nice deep breaths. Relax your bum, walk your hips longer, body's nice and long. I definitely engage my shoulder blades a bit more in this one. Nice deep breaths. Okay, out to a T position. Re-engage the hands. Rotate the arms back. Pull the shoulder blades back and down, and then walk your hips longer. Make your body nice and long, okay? Relax the heels outward. So I'm really giving a little extra attention to my right shoulder blade that I'm finding is kind of tight here. You can wiggle around a bit. So you guys that are familiar with this one, keep your arms out, okay? If you can, if for some of you, you may want to end up putting your hands under your forehead. Now, while your arms are rotating back, you're going to bend both knees, bring the knees wide into a reverse frog position. So I'm going to continue to rotate my arms back and pull those shoulder blades together and down. I'm going to push and release my feet. Some of you, again, are going to put your hands under your forehead like this and take a break from this. The rest of you, I'm going to crack the whip. Press and release. Press, release. Press, release. You can either continue with the arms out or again, under your forehead. Bring the feet away from each other, but keep the knees bent and wide. Let your legs fall in the same direction, windshield wipering the legs left to right. Left to right. What's interesting about this one is that if I'm turning my legs left to right, my pelvis is twisting. And so I feel that connection all the way up under my shoulder blades. Okay, good. Relax out of that. I'm going to move the blocks out of the way. Except keep one block with you. Go over on your back. Take the block between your knees, okay? So I'm going to squeeze a block between the knees or thighs, depending if you have the yoga block or the Yogascu. Lengthen your back, arms are open, palms to the ceiling. Squeeze and release that block. Keep the pelvis quiet, so that means the abs are not in this picture, just the legs. So squeeze and release pretty hard. Squeeze, release. Squeeze and release. Four. I'm going to say 4 here. We're going to go to 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to have you hold the block steadily and then just bring your arms like snow angeling them up over the head as far as your shoulders are comfortable there. And then just walk your arms longer. So I'm just kind of lifting up one shoulder blade and replacing my hand on the floor and then the other. So now my torso's kind of elongated, stretching through the spine. Bring the arms back down to about shoulder height, and now squeeze and release your shoulder blades together and a little bit down. You're just, think of squeezing something between your shoulder blades. You're just using those muscles there, okay? Trying to keep the rib cage as quiet as possible so that you're not lifting up your rib cage in order to do it. You're just getting the muscles stronger, really, and sort of gliding those shoulder blades together and down. Squeeze, release. So these are called reverse presses. The other way to do them is with your elbows bent, like a goalpost position. I'm going to do it with my arms out, palms up. So 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Take the block away. Let's bring the strap around your, up over your feet to above your knees. Okay. I have it about a fist width apart. You're going to bring your arms out to the side again, press and release against that strap. So press, release, press, release. Press and release. Again, pelvis is quiet, just using the legs. Drive that work right up into the side of your legs to your sacrum, your glutes, okay? Press, release, press and release. Press, release. Now hold the pressure out. Bring your arms into that reverse press position I was talking about earlier. I'm going to turn my head this way, okay? And let your hands drop back kind of next to your ears at right angles. If this does not work, I want you to keep either do pullovers, okay, or keep doing reverse presses. So you guys can do this with the hands back. You're going to do arm glides. So as I do this, I'm keeping the pressure out on the strap, and I'm bringing my hands just above my head so my fingertips touch, like the first and second finger. And then I slide my elbows back down. So this movement is happening because my shoulder blades are driving the work, not my hands or my arms. Okay. So the goal here is that the backs of the arms and the backs of the hands can stay on the floor, and you're gliding using the shoulder blades. This is one of the go-tos for people that have lateral flexion and rotation, otherwise known in the allopathic world as scoliosis, okay? So what happens is if we get the hips to work together, really engage, and then we ask all the muscles from the shoulder blades down to the pelvis, oftentimes people will stand up straighter, especially if they have severe scoliosis. It's not a cure-all, it's just part of a series that I do. Okay, relax out of that. Take the strap off of your knees and then take it over this loop or the whole strap over the left ball of the foot. Drop that leg down, okay, so that my left leg thigh is parallel or equal to my right bent knee. Flex the ankle, spread the toes, push through the heel. Now, I'm holding the strap so my elbows can be on the ground. I don't want to be like I'm driving a team of horses and holding onto my leg for dear life, right? Just holding the strap so I can help my leg and my ankle flex. So push through the heel and then bring your leg up a little higher, but keep the ankle still flexed and the leg really straight, okay? And just spread those toes. Rotate the leg in and out. So it's like you're trying to unscrew your hip joint, but I'm keeping the flexion at the ankle, leg is straight, rotate. In, out, right? All the way down to that sacrum, hip joint area. And now hold it straight again. And just see if you can pull it up a little higher without losing the flexion at the ankle or the straight leg. And then drop your leg straight down and then swing it on out. Let's do a big circle. And just keeping the leg really straight. If you notice your knee bending, usually it's because you're bringing your leg up too high. Okay, now go the other way. Oh yeah. Good, okay, switch feet. So now I have the strap on my right foot. I'm gonna drop it down equal to the bent left knee. Push through the heel, spread the toes, relax the elbows on the floor if you can, unless you have a really short dog leash you're using. Okay, and then bring the leg up a little higher. Ankles flex, leg straight, rotate the leg in and out, right from the hip joint. Just notice the difference in the feeling of it all. I'm just going to point your attention to the foot, the knee that's bent. Make sure those toe pads are all on the ground. Good, come to a standstill. Bring the leg up, excuse me, a little bit higher if you can. And now drop the leg straight down and swing that leg in a big circle. Big old circle. Okay, and now the other direction. Okay, good. Flip that strap off, take the block between your knees again, and we're gonna do some abdominals. So what I wanna have you do is this. We're gonna bring your feet off the floor into tabletop. And some of you need to do it up and down with just the legs, you know who you are. And squeeze the block and interlace your hands under your head, like really well. Okay, so you're creating a basket for your skull. Elbows are back, equal to the ears, squeeze the block, and then come straight up, hold it up. Okay, don't go back down to the floor yet. Now, hook the thumbs under your skull or occiput, okay? And look back behind you just a little bit, pull the elbows back. And try to feel that connection from way down. Your abdominals are like they're between your legs, right at your pubic bone, okay? And then come back down. So up and down. Really precise movement. 3, 4, breathing. 5, 6, 7. We're gonna go to 25, 8, 9, 10, 11, using the abdominals way down low, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Now bring your feet down on the floor. We're gonna go do 25 more with your feet down, okay, straight up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, toe pads on the ground, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, squeeze that block, 12, 13, 14, down, 15, down, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax for a second. Squiggle your body around a little bit. Okay, diagonal, left to right. Here's a left and a right, that's 1. Doink, doink, 2. Left, right, 3. Elbows are back. 1, 4. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Squeeze the block. Keep the neck straight. 8, down, 8, down. Here we go. Left, right, 9. Left, right, 10. Left, right, 11. left, right, 12, left, right, 13, left, right, 14, left, right, 15, left, right, 16, left, right, 17, left, right, 18, 19, left, right, there's 25 more. Dupe, one, doink, 2, right, 3, left, right, 4, left, right, 5. Good. Now, take the strap around your ankles while you have the block at your knees. So I'm just going to move the block out of the way for this moment. Bring your strap up over your ankles, tighten it down so when you put the block, whatever size your block is, it's in relation to being able to squeeze in on the block, press out on the strap, hold it, and then release. So nice and slow. Push in, press out, release. Push in, press out, release. In and out, release. Adjust the strap if you need to, just slightly. Sometimes that will help. Press in, push out, release. Push in, out, release. In and out, release. In, out, release. So you get the idea. Go into your own rhythm, but really make it a nice, strong press in and out, release kind of thing. Press in and out, release. In and out, release. Okay, 5 more. 1, squeezing in, pushing out. 2, again, in, out, 3, in, out, 4, in and out, 5. Good. Okay, block comes out, strap comes off, and now I want you to go over on your right side. We're going to do an upper spinal floor twist like this. Okay, so make sure that your lower leg and your upper leg are right angles, that your spine is straight. So the shoulders are over the hips, not bent over. Okay. If you need to put something on your head, please do that. I'm going to time this one sort of. And then open the arm up as you move from your as you move from your spine. So the spine's twisting and you're looking at your hand. Some of you need to bend your elbow to protect the shoulder joint. Doesn't matter, just watch the elbow if that's the case. So whether you're watching your elbow or your hand, do it at an angle, so it's like a Y. If your hand drops out of sight by either eye, that's as far as you want to go. Okay, so I take my opposite hand, in this case, my right hand, grab the top knee and keep the knees together. And then I'm going to just reach, looking at my hand. Nice deep breaths, wiggle the fingers, rotate the wrist around in each direction. Nice deep breaths. Nice and deep. Open up that palm, reach the fingers like somebody's trying to hand you something, you can't quite reach it, but you really want that thing. Maybe it's your elbow, you're reaching with your elbow. And then rotate the arm around a big circle, like it goes over your hip, front of your body, over your head. This one, you don't have to quite watch your hand the whole time, because I want you to stay in that twist as you rotate the arm around. Okay, now go the other direction, or the elbow. Big, nice big circle, keeping the arm right in that joint. Let the arm drop back, kick the top leg out straight, right? So you're flexing the ankle. Some of you may be able to grab your foot, others no. The bottom leg goes straight, like you're standing on it. Flex that ankle. So now straight leg is, the bottom leg straight down, the other one is straight out. Some of you might be lower, higher, doesn't matter. Flex, 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 reach your arm. Now, go ahead and close the knees back together. Close your hands back together. Reach the top one past the bottom one, okay, to get the opposite pull or out of the twist. Switch to the other side, okay? Start on the side of the shoulder, legs up at right angles. Watch your hand as you open the arm to the back, rotating from the spine. So I'm keeping my eyeballs on my hand or my elbow, right? And you're only gonna go twisting open as far as you can see your hand with both eyeballs. So wiggle those fingers, rotate the wrist around, right? Let it open, let your hand open. You're reaching for something or you're reaching with your elbow. Nice deep breaths. Just let your breath be the guide here because you really want to get the lungs to fill up, press the rib onto the rib cage and, move those muscles. Okay, and then rotate the arm around a big circle. Yes. Arm stays in the socket. Maybe it's just your elbow going around in a circle. Okay, now the other direction. Notice how it moves in the socket, that arm, okay? Good, now let the arm or elbow drop back again. Kick the top leg out. Drop the bottom leg straight down. So the ankle's flexed, pushing through both heels. Reach through that hand. Reach, reach, reach through both heels. Oh yeah, nice deep breath. Good, breaths, plural. Okay, bend the knees again. And then bring the hands back together. Reach the top hand past the bottom one. And let's go over on your hands and knees, okay? So we're gonna do cats and dogs with a little bit of wiggling around. So square the arms just a little bit wider than shoulder joint, but under them. Knees are under the hip joint. Go down into the sway back horse first, if you can. Some of you are already there, so don't just do your own rhythm, but push the shoulder blades together, then let the lower back arch and your head look up in relation to that. And come up into that raccoon or Halloween cat, then back down. So I'm really moving from the shoulder joint and the shoulder blades rather than my lower back or my neck. So you guys that have more mobility in the elbows or any joint for that matter, you're probably going to have to be a little bit more aware of keeping the arms straight, right? So, because if you were to like push them really straight, meaning, or you're going to have to keep them in your mind a little bit more bent, I guess. I don't know how to think about that. Wendy, you know that one. Up and down. Up and down using the shoulder blades. Now, stay down. I'm just going to have my head straight. My neck is straight, pushing the shoulder blades together. And I want you to rotate the arms in and out. So it's like what we do when we do chest openers with your hand on the wall, standing up. You're just going to rotate the elbow in and out with the arms as straight as you can so that you're turning your arm in the socket. Now, exaggerate it by using your shoulder blades to help this motion. This is a weird one, okay? So bear with me. Okay, good. Relax out of that. Bring your arms out up wide over your head. So an extended child's pose, stretching. If you need to bend your elbows to protect the shoulder joints or get actually movement in the shoulders, please do that. So otherwise, arms are wide, palms are down, pressing the palms into the floor, and then try to pull your chest towards your knees. Nice deep breaths. Wiggle your hips, wag your tail left to right. Wag, wag, wag. Try to pull the chest towards the knees. Awesome. Come right down onto your your bum onto your heels, bring your hands by your side. So we're actually doing a child's pose. Palms are up. For you guys that this is tight for you, you may need to sit on a block, okay? Nice deep breaths. Okay, nice. Now, take the blocks. We're gonna do hand, leg, opposite block, okay? So hand, leg, opposite. The block goes under the knee here. The other block goes under the opposite arm if you can, okay? So, and again, if you need to replace this exercise with something else, static back, static wall, which is where the legs go up the wall, you can do that. That is something I'm gonna do soon in this series, okay? So you are going to have your forearm on the block. It might need to be bent out to the side, the elbow, or you don't use any block, or you use a lower block than what I'm using. 2 minutes here. Lengthen the body first. Let yourself be really long and tall. Forehead straight down. Try not to turn your head left or right. If this is kind of a, you need to have a towel under your forehead, go for it. I'm going to just see who is in class today. So I have you on a timer for 2 minutes. If you guys are following the video later, you can time yourself. Nice. Good. Awesome. Nice to see all you guys today.
Jen, is the block on the under the leg closer to the ankle or closer to the knee?
It's under the knee and a little above the knee. Okay, I'll show you up close. Great question. Thank you. So if I'm going to just stand up for a second. So it's like that. So if I'm lying down, right, it's going to support it. And I'm going to get a pull from the hip joint all the way down to the knee. Let me do it with a blue block. That way you might be able to see it better. Hard to see. The light's a little dim today. So if I bent my knee, see how it's above the knee, not below the knee. That would be painful and not great for the joint. I hope that helps. You can lengthen your body anytime during this. Okay, now bend the knee on the block. The good old go-to, which is rotate the leg left to right while you have a little pressure on the block for a little different feeling, right? You can come up into that sort of modified cobra. Not for everybody because of backs, but for those of you who can do that. And then here's something I want you to do. You're going to drop the leg down. You're going to take the opposite leg, the one with no block under it, bring it out into the commando crawl stretch. I'm going to turn. I'm just going to switch my leg so you can see it. Okay, so here I am with the block under the whatever knee you chose in the beginning. And you're going to bring the opposite leg out to the side into that commando crawl. And just reach the knee away from the hip joint. Tuck your butt, press the knee and ankle into the floor. So this is just a different way of doing it. One of my clients did it in a private session, sort of automatically. People are always teaching me, hopefully as much as I can impart to them, or some of the things. So people come up with awesome, just natural things. It's kind of like architecture. Okay, switch legs. So now you're going to put the block under the other knee and the opposite arm. Okay. Lengthen the body first. Drop down. And I'm you know, with the yoga blocks are definitely harder. It can be kind of painful to some, so you can get yourself some Egoscue blocks or put a big towel or blanket over the block. And just a little bit throughout the exercise, you can always stretch your torso. You don't want to be doing it the entire time, but just as you settle into it, you might have that feeling of like, oh, I want to just lengthen again through the abs and so forth. Okay, bend the knee on the block. Rotate that leg left to right as far as you want. Sometimes that can really help change some very deep internal tensions in a positive direction, that is. Just a couple more left to right, and then let the leg drop down again. Take the opposite leg, just kind of like how I showed you earlier, and reach it out to the side while the other leg has a block under it, the one that you were just doing. Just press that knee and ankle into the floor, tuck the butt. Good. Okay, come on out of that. Let's do this. You're going to go over on your back again. We're going to do a hip lift or an assisted hip lift. So take your right ankle on your left knee. Okay, make sure the ankle bone's all the way on the other side of the thigh. Press the knee out. And then as long as that knee rotates out, or the femur, you're going to lift the left foot off the floor with your hip muscles and abs, not your hands, okay? So I'm pulling the left thigh towards me and pushing the right knee away. So you want to just work these joints to the degree you have the strength to do it. If you use your hands, it's kind of like holding onto the wall for balance. Okay, you'll get better and better at it the more you do this. For you guys, the femur does not want to rotate very much. Please don't force the left foot off the floor, because you're just jamming the hip joint or the femur into the hip joint in not a good way. Okay, it's not, really is not the best thing. There is a little bit of a remedy to that. If you wanted to put your foot up on this block like this, that is a different way. That's a way to get a little bit of the same thing. So more important is the rotation of the hip joint like that. Okay, relax down. Let's switch sides. Push the knee out, pull the foot off the floor if you can. Push, pull. Push, pull. Arms are out to the side, palms up. Pushing and pulling, deep, deep, deep. Almost there. Relax the upper body. I know that might be hard if you're working it hard on the lower part. 8 seconds. Good. Okay, drop that foot down. Take the right ankle on the left knee. Push that right knee out, hip crossover. So rotate to the left if the right ankle is on the left knee. Looking to the right. If you need to, again, if your femur does not rotate out, you can do the hip crossover, but block that side, okay? So that it allows you to do it without jamming the hip joint. Don't want to do that. You can reach your arms up over your head too. That's kind of nice. Okay, guy, you go there. Okay, twist back up. Okay, switch sides again. Boink. And my left ankle is going to be on the right knee. Twist over. Remember to block it if it's not, you know, your leg doesn't want to twist out. Or replace it with a different exercise. Looking to the left. Okay, twist back up, same way you went down. And now feet are hip width apart, arms are out to the side, come up into a full bridge. Keep the toe pads all on the ground and then come back down. So we're just gonna do about 6 or 7 of these. Up and down, up. I kind of can't believe that it's already an hour. Up and down, 2 more. Boink. And down and up. Good. Bend both knees, grab the inside of your arches if you can. Sort of a happy baby. You can rock back and forth. Or straighten the legs out if you like. So many exercises I wanted to do, darn it. But guess what? We've got to get in air match, or so I say. The other option is that you do, you know, sitting knee pillow squeezes or some other exercise like that. All right, so you guys ready? Here we go. Make sure that your feet are not going to slip. Oh, I'm a little bit tipped here, aren't I? And we'll go 2 minutes. Just going to turn it like that. Okay. All right. Anybody have any good stories, jokes, anything? I still have my corny jokes up, so I'm gonna give it a rest. Let somebody else come up with something. Okay, so your heels should be far enough out so that you can press the heels into the ground and your lower back into the wall. Okay, so you can go down as far as you want or be up. If it gets tiring, instead of just giving up altogether, come up a little bit, shake it out, come back down. Okay. Nice deep breaths, pressing your lower back into the wall. Okay, maybe I'll give you some bad jokes. If I can find any. Oh my God. What do you call a coffee robbery? A mugging. Very funny, right? Ha ha ha. Okay, why should you never fight a dinosaur? You'll get giraffes kicked. Okay, that's definitely a kid one. Enough of that. 5 seconds. 2 seconds. Done. Okay, come on out of that. Sorry, guys, that was just a terrible thing about bad jokes there. And test the hangover. Okay. Notice if it's better, worse, or the same. And I am going to